14 style, Brent Pasco and Jeff Jones taking over for the Fosters, who gave you the Kings Mountain 28-7 win over Polk County, followed by the Crest 17-7 victory over Northern Guilford. So Cleveland County 2-0, and now it's Burns versus AC Reynolds, coach, and our first action of the year.
Excited to be here, and Brent and I will do the best we can with the Burns and AC Reynolds football game. Obviously, it's not exactly two teams that we know much about so far this year, but we'll do the best job that we can.
Right now it's Burns with the ball, 2nd and 9 from their own 31, and it's a keeper by the quarterback. He's over the right side and taken down for a short gain.
Quarterback is Cameron Barbie, sophomore.
Have to hold the audio jack in, but we were talking about changes at Burns this season. Matt Beam, the head coach, has left for Newton Conover in the offseason, and Burns, of course, lost quarterback Chris Montgomery, running back Tylen Ruff, and as I say that, Burns bounces on a fumble by AC Reynolds, and they'll take over at the AC Reynolds 28.
Great field position for the Bulldogs. Turnovers definitely be part of early season.
All right, we had a little audio difficulty. We fixed it now thanks to Kevin Hastings. So.
Absolutely, thanks to Kevin Hastings. Good hard run up the middle that time by the Burns running back. Tell you what, Brent, I have the hardest time with the Carolina blue jerseys and the yellow numbers.
That was 20, Jody Williams. And Barbie in the shotgun, he hands off to Williams again, and this time he is hit in the backfield. And what was gained on first down was lost on second down, and they give him a pretty decent spot. Only a 1 yard loss.
A really good spot that time. And, so big play here for Burns.
3rd and 9 from AC Reynolds 27, and Barbie's back to pass. He's got time, but he takes off again, and he's brought down for a yard loss. So Barbie, for the second time on 3rd and long, has had time, but he's taken off a little early and brought down for little to no gain, and they're going to actually give it about a 1.5 yard loss, so it's closer to 4th and 10 than it is to 4th and 9.
About a 5-yard field goal.
And the kick is Christopher Proctor, and it's a low kick that falls well short.
Might also might have got a hand on it by one of the runs running forward. Having said that, though, high school rules, if you miss a field goal, as long as the ball goes into the end zone, you need to get the ball at the 20-yard line. So it's generally a pretty good strategy as long as who you win.
AC Reynolds takes over 1st and 10, and it's a handoff up the middle and good running room for about a 9-yard gain, and that's A.J. Logan, tailback. He's got good yardage. He's going to bring up 2nd and 1, and AC Reynolds is going with kind of a quick huddle here. Quarterback Tevin Stafford. We saw him a little bit last year against Shelby, as AC Reynolds on the Shelby schedule again this year. Coach, so Shelby might want to get a little bit of a look at this game with the coaches, and it's completion out in the right flat, and then making some guys miss is number 7. He's stripped of the ball, and Burns comes up with it. Turnover number 2.
Yeah, so Burns has done a very good job and very opportunistic on the defensive side of the ball. Forced 2 turnovers, and AC Reynolds has been as dominant defensively as Burns has been as far as turnovers. They've got Burns, and I think Burns has about, on their 2 possessions, I believe Burns has about 1 yard total offense.
Yeah, I believe you're right, and that was Mike Tate for Burns coming up with the fumble recovery. He may have also been the one that stripped the ball. Burns takes over at AC's 35-yard line, 1st and 10, and it's a blitz. Barbie rolls to the right away from the blitz, and then he's going to be taken down hard. He's brought down well behind the line of scrimmage by 24, Andreas Hill, and that's going to be a loss of about 8 yards on the play.
When you have a young quarterback, and Barbie is a sophomore, and one of the things that a quarterback has to learn is when to get rid of that ball and when to tuck it up and run. And tonight, I think the first 2 times he went back to pass, I think he tucked it a little bit too early, and then that time I think he tried to hold on to it a little bit too long.
And this time Barbie has to take off early again. He gets about 4 yards back that he had previously lost.
Actually, I think he lost about 2 more.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm looking at the guy.
Right.
The shirt on. But it's preseason for our 2 coach. So you're right. It's another loss of a yard. So 3rd and 20 now for Burns as they're going backwards at the AC 45. Barbie back to pass. Heavy pressure, and he goes down again. The AC Reynolds defensive front has been dominating, and that was Gage Tressler, linebacker, on the sack.
Obviously, AC Reynolds looks very athletic. Their front 7, a lot of those low numbers, number 2, number 3, number 6. Generally, you don't put those numbers on people that you tend to think old-fashioned defensive linemen.
You don't. And back punt for Burns is 32. Christopher Proctor, he gets off kind of an end-over-end kick. Actually, that's a different number, 89. I don't have on the roster that did that punt. But anyway, it was fielded by AC Reynolds at about the 20, and that's where they'll take over on their 3rd possession. The first 2 both ended in turnovers, as Burns' defense has been ball hawking. A couple of forced fumbles so far. And now it's going to be quarterback Stafford again, hoping to do a little bit more with this drive. As he's back in the shotgun, 2 receivers right and left, and he's going to hand it off, or at least fake it and keep it, and he's going to lose a couple. So this time it's Burns with the pursuit, as Mike Tate's in there on the tackle, and he's been all over tonight.
Done a really nice job, and again, both defenses, I guess this is the time of the year that you almost expect the defenses to be ahead of the offenses, and that's been true tonight thus far in this game.
Stafford back in the shotgun. Burns is showing blitz, and it's a quarterback option to the right, and Stafford pitches to Logan, and Logan gets about 7 as he picks up the yard they lost and about 6 more out to the 26, so it'll bring up a 3rd and about 4.5.
Logan did a very good job that time. Burns was trying to what we call slow play that option, and he just held on to it until somebody finally forced him to pitch it. The running back did a great job of maintaining his distance, and so they got a nice play out of it.
Low snap. Stafford feels the pursuit but stops short and then gets the pass off intended for 9. Seth Coleman overshot, incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th and 5, and the punt unit comes on for AC Reynolds. So neither team able to do much offensively so far. It's been a defensive struggle halfway through the first quarter.
This will be the first time that we get to see AC with the punting game, because the first 2 times they had the ball, they turned it over.
Back deep for Burns, Scooter Colburn, number 8. the junior. On our roster, we don't have the height and weight, but we do have the positions and the year in school. And it's an end-over-end low kick that bounces and rolls, and it's going to get a good AC Reynolds roll all the way down to the Burns 30. And Colburn was wise not to come up and try to field that punt.
Well, that was one of those just absolutely wonderful turf punts. You get that thing rolling, and with the new artificial surface, which is a really nice surface that they've just installed here at Gardner Webb, that ball, gosh, Brent, I think that rolled about 25 yards. And as you said, the deep man did a nice job of making the decision to let that roll, because it's pretty hard to catch up to pick those grounders up when you got two guys in your face.
No doubt about it. We saw Shelby multiple times last year not field that punt wisely. Barbie back to pass. Again, heavy pressure. He's hit as he throws. The ball comes up short. That's 64. Matt Justice getting to Barbie. And I don't know if it's Barbie being a young quarterback and getting comfortable back there, or if it's the Burns offensive line that's maybe young, or if it's just the AC Reynolds front seven coach. But Barbie has had no time tonight.
Well, that's true, and I would say on the last four passes, he's definitely had absolutely no time. It'll be interesting to see if Burns goes to a quick game and try to get that ball out quickly.
And there they go, this time with the handoff out of the shotgun, and it's good yardage. And let's see the number there, 20, I think that's 20 again, so Jody Williams, and he picks up,
gosh, almost a first down. It's going to be third down and very short.
Yeah, let's give him 9. But that's almost measurement distance, and they give him a first down.
Actually, they measured it using their eyes and gave him the first down, which I think is probably a good call from our vantage point.
It is, and so give Williams a 10-yard run, and he's going to get the call again, and this time he's got some pretty good room again as he's over the left side.
He has done the first two times he ran the ball, I talked about how hard he ran, and he only ended up with 3 yards, but they've run a little trap play up the middle the last two plays, and he's had a great job. He's done a great job. This time not quite as successful.
He got 6 on first down, more like the line of scrimmage this time. He's going to bring up 3rd and 4, and third down has not been Barbie's friend or Burns' friend on the first 2 series so far.
But Burns has gotten their first down of the night, so a little bit of the momentum right now. So let's see what Barbie's going to do.
This time he's looked to the sidelines, and they're going to call a timeout, Coach. Let's talk a little bit about Burns during this timeout. We talked about the change at the head coaching position as Robert Simpson takes over for Matt Beam this year, and we talked about him losing Chris Montgomery, Tylen Rupp. They've also lost some other playmakers, guys like Jalen King, Denzel Gillette, the big 6'9" receiver from last year, and the 2 big boys on the defensive line, Byers and Ramseur, have graduated, as well as Hall at linebacker. So Burns, like some of the other teams in the county, having to rebuild with some younger players at some of the key positions.
Well, the word that I've heard about Coach Simpson, though, is that he's been successful and that he runs a good program. And the word that I hear from the Burns community is that the players have really bought into Coach Simpson, and they're excited to play for him. And as far as the defense goes today, Burns has looked really, really good on defense.
They have so far, and here they're facing a 3rd and 4 and looking to get up towards midfield. They're at the 46-yard line, and let's see if they convert this 3rd down for the first time. Barbie back, and this time he's getting rid of it down the left sideline. He puts it up, and it's a great catch on the left sideline, and still going down to the 15-yard line is 25, Tarek James. And I tell you, that was a big play on offense.
Big play on offense, and the difference that time was that the Reynolds defense ran a stunt off the backside, and it was picked up this time. And so the quarterback had time to get that ball out of there, and Barbie made a great throw, great catch. And so first down for Burns at the 15-yard line.
That was one of those where you let your playmaker make the play, and Tarek James made the play. And on first down, they get about 3 yards down to the 12.
That's Mike Tate, I believe. That's the first time that he's touched the ball. Another good run, and so that's about a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7.
And this time Barbie, well, he was going to call his own number, but then he threw it out in the flat, complete for a couple of yards down to the 10. That was one of those plays where it was an option with the pass as one of the options.
Absolutely, and we saw Shelby run that play some last year. You fake the ball to the quarterback, and then fake the ball to the running back. Quarterback runs parallel to the line of scrimmage, and then throws it forward to man out flat. And he made a great move to pick up 2 yards on that.
He did. Now it's 3rd and 5 from the 10, and Barbie rolls out. Flags on the play. He lobs it up. It's complete down to about the 6. It looks like they're a yard shy, maybe 2 yards shy, but let's see. It's a hold.
Yeah, that's when that flag goes flying in right there in the midst. It's almost always a holding penalty. Now, this series, I've been really impressed with Barbie because he's made really good decisions. He's gotten the ball out quicker on that particular play. He could have run the ball and picked up about 2 yards, but what he saw was he moved toward the line of scrimmage, and then he lobbed it over the defenders' heads, and I think Burns may have had a first down had there not been a penalty on that.
The 10-yarder marked back to the 20, so now 3rd and 15, and the play's blown dead with another flag. Could be a procedure.
Typically, it's a procedure penalty.
And it's an offside. Well, I guess same thing. So back Burns up another 5, and what was a promising 1st and 10 at the 15 is now a 3rd and 20 from the 25. And let's see what Barbie can do here, as you got to think AC Reynolds may come with some heat in this passing situation. Barbie in the shotgun, he's got kind of an H-back and a tailback, and he goes back, and this time they don't pick up the blitz, and he goes down with a sack, and that was 55. Dylan McClure, he came in untouched right up the middle, and that time they didn't pick up the blitz. Or there was one too many.
I've got to tell you that a Jamboree situation like this, they just started hitting about a week ago. They've been hitting for about a week. And coaches got to scout these teams, so you go in with a pretty vanilla offense, and it's not hard to pick up.
4th and 26, Burns decides to go for it where they are, and again, Barbie goes down on the sack, and this time it's 44. Jared Green, so AC Reynolds takes over as the defense comes up big after Burns is threatening. They'll take over at the Burns, or at their own 36-yard line. And still no score here with 2:23 left in the first quarter. And a defensive battle here in the 3rd of 4 games tonight. Stafford back to pass, and he has a receiver off the fingertips. That was 88, the big guy, Stone Fenslaw. And almost picked off by Burns on the dive.
B.J. Hopper, great dive at that. I thought he has no chance to get it, and then Garner, he just about made that play. So that was a very good play by the corner, B.J. Hopper.
2nd and 10, Stafford back, and he's going to fake. Actually, that was a direct snap to Logan. One of those kind of trickery plays where Stafford acted like he had it and fakes the pass, and meanwhile Logan's running over left tackle. The good news for Burns is they weren't fooled.
Kyle Farrell, number 3, defensive end, he's like actually the linebacker, walked up and was rushing the passer, but he was not fooled, and he made a great play. If he missed that tackle, they might have got about 30 yards on that.
No gain, 3rd and 10, and now Stafford's rolling right, and he's got a guy again off the fingers of the intended receiver right at midfield. And it's going to bring up a 4th and 10.
Well, I've been pretty impressed with Stafford's accuracy. Unfortunately for him, his receivers just have not caught the ball. I mean, I think that's about the 3rd straight just flat out drop by the receivers for AC.
Yeah, it is, and now it's going to bring on the punt team for AC Reynolds. Clock down to 1:44 first quarter. They'll play 2, and then we'll see Shelby versus Forest View in the nightcap. And back to punt, and it's a lefty, an end over end, but it's a fair catch called by Burns, and they'll take it at the 35-yard line, and that's where they'll take over on offense for the 4th time tonight. Still no score with 1:36 left to play. And Coach, we saw AC Reynolds and Burns last year, and we saw two high-octane offenses by those two teams. So far tonight, it's been the defenses that have impressed.
They have been, both defenses have been very impressive tonight. And I believe it's a combination of, defense generally is just a little bit ahead of the offense at this part of the game. And, Burns trying to come in and put a new system in. And a lot of the names are different on both offenses.
Burns with some late guys coming on the field, and the flag's come down. Trey Cannon, I think they only had 10, and he tried to come on late. Didn't get the playoff. He wasn't set, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Bulldogs and back them up to the 30, first and 15. And again, first game tonight, Kings Mountain over Polk County, 28-7. Shelby hosts Polk County next week. Jeff and I will be on the radio and on the internet next Friday night, bringing you that action. Game 2 tonight saw Crest over Northern Guilford, 17-7, and two traditional 3A powerhouse teams. So Cleveland County is so far 2-0, and Burns here with AC Reynolds in the scoreless tie. 1:13 left in the first quarter. Burns facing a second down 15. Barbie takes the ball in the shotgun. He rolls right. He's got heavy pursuit, and I think he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
He's really tough stuff for Barbie on the majority of the plays. And again, I just keep waiting for the quick passing game because he's shown that he has the ability to throw the ball quite accurately. It's just a matter of having the time to get the reach in.
3rd and 15. He drops back again. This is a quick pass over the middle, complete. It's going to be well shy of the first down, complete to Trey Cannon. And he gets about 5. So now it's 4th and 10. Burns punt unit comes on, and the clock's winding down. If Burns chooses not to get the punt off the time, we could be looking at time running out for the second quarter.
They definitely could make that decision, and they're running in play with late now. I think they're going to get it off there.
Got 4 seconds, and
now I think the coach made the same decision you did. We don't have to, so we will be ready to go to the second quarter with no score here at Cleveland County Jamboree.
We'll take our first break on the night and get a word from our sponsor. We'll be back in about a minute.
The Big Four has what you need.
We all hear about how good the barbecue is in Lexington, Greensboro, and in eastern North Carolina. But here in Cleveland County, we all know that the best barbecue is here. At Alston Bridges Barbecue, Kent and Linda Bridges and their family make sure the staple of their restaurant is the best barbecue. Your choice, pork, beef, or chicken, plus delicious sides, such as slaw, beans, fries, and hush puppies. The best since Alston and Mabel opened in 1955. Alston Bridges Barbecue, 620 Grover Street, right here in Shelby.
Welcome back to Gardner-Webb University, host of the 2014 Cleveland County Jamboree. And you've got Burns and AC Reynolds scoreless after the first quarter. Brent Pasco, Coach Jeff Jones. And it's 4th and 10 Bulldogs. They'll punt. And punt is off, and it's a pretty good one. Gets the turnover, field, fair catch at the AC Reynolds 35. They'll take over there.
It's about a 34-yard punt. What I really liked about it was it was quite high. Great coverage on that, and the receiver had no choice but to fair catch it. So that's a very nice punt. I've always felt that if you can change field position by 35 yards, you've done a good job.
And they did just that. Let's see if Reynolds still has Stafford in the quarterback, and he is. And off to Logan. And Logan's been his favorite guy tonight. He picked up about 7 on first down, so good yardage for Logan, and now AC is running to hurry up.
That's what inside zone play that you'll see Shelby run a lot in the next game.
And here's Logan again, and he picks up 8 this time, and he's out from midfield with another first down for AC Reynolds, and now they've got a little something going here.
Absolutely, just inside zone to the right, inside zone to the left, 15 yards. So they're definitely in business. First and 10 at the midfield.
Two receivers right and left, but it's Logan again. Why not? He's over the left side, and he gets 5. So into Burns territory now. And again, no huddle for AC Reynolds as they're going quick. And Burns having a tough time getting defenders on and off the field. 52, Sean Sweezy comes off. And again, 2nd and 5 AC, 11 minutes left here in this exhibition matchup. 2 receivers left, 1 right, and it's, well, it is. It's Logan over the left side, and he's still fighting for yards. He's down
close to the first down.
Yeah, he's right there at the marker. Let's see the spot. Maybe a half football shy. But we'll see. Good job there by Stafford of sealing the play going to the right. And a couple of defenders went with him, but it was over the left side to Logan. And he is a half yard short. So it's 3rd and 1. Burns, looks like AC goes with a hard count, which you see a lot of the teams that go quick on 1, and when you need it in a short yardage situation, sometimes you can get that defense to jump off sides, and Burns did that.
That was Texas that time. Burns trying to get across that line of scrimmage to stop the short game. And, first down now at the 35-yard line.
Burns creeping some linebackers up, but AC's going with a long count this time, and Stafford runs into his running back, but still gets the throw off for a couple-yard gain.
Tell you what, I was very impressed. Again, I believe number 10, B.J. Hopper, was able to fight through the block, got blocked in the back. That's just an old-fashioned clip and still made the tackle for a 2-yard gain.
So we've seen Hopper, the guys that have stuck out so far for Burns tonight are Hopper and Tate, number 1, looking really good. Those defensive back positions. Tate's kind of playing a hybrid slot. What do they call it? Dog. Something like that. He's come up with a turnover. He's played a little bit of offense. Nice looking athlete there. And the flag comes down. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it's 5 yards. Marked off against AC Reynolds. Illegal participation. Yeah. That was a really unusual place, really unusual time to throw that flag. I couldn't figure out what they were doing, but it is a big penalty. Wow, 15-yarder. Kind of makes me wonder if somebody, one of the coaches over there on the sideline said something. Well, that's a big change of field possession. Now it's 22 yards to go instead of 2nd and 7. Surprised the Sydney lost it down because it's a post-play penalty, but it's still showing 1st down, 1st and 22. Well, one of the things you also have to remember is this is pretty much a scrimmage game for the officials, the broadcast crew, the players, the coaches. We're at 10:01 left in the 2nd quarter. No score. 3 receivers right, 1 left, and rolling after his right is Stafford. He's got a completion. Nice looking play. He gets a lot of that yardage back that they just lost in the penalty. Matter of fact, 13 of it back. This can bring up a 2nd and 9. And the big difference that time was that as Stafford rolled out, he had plenty of time. He got his shoulders turned upfield. Made another really nice throw, but I guess the difference this time was it was an equally nice catch by the receiver. Put it right in the number. And I think that hard to see his jersey's kind of pulled up in the back. I think that's number 7, C.J. Allen, I believe. Good catch on that play. Yeah, I think he had the 2-yard catch earlier on the penalty, and back over to that right sideline again. Stafford he's the right-handed quarterback. He likes throwing that right side complete. Different receiver this time, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 1.5, 2 yards. That is a really, really good situation as far as we're facing what, 1st and 30, 1st and 25, and so now they're 3rd and 1. And now this time it's trips to the left, and they go hard count again, and Burns again jumps off sides and gives them the 1st down via penalty.
that's something I'll be interested to see how the Golden Lions handle that, because got to see them in their scrimmage on Monday, and we had about 5 times that we jumped off sides on the hard count. But, when you're a gambling defense and you're going hard, that's one of the things that happened early in the year. That's pitch.
That play was doomed from the start. Burns takes over on the fumble. It looked, first of all, like the whole AC Reynolds right side of the line jumped early, so they didn't call it. And then Stafford pitched it early, pitched it behind his running back, and Burns fell on it. And Burns takes over with their third forced fumble of the night.
Burns, very opportunistic again. This is the third turnover that they forced, and so they've got the ball 1st and 10 on the 29, 8:57 left in the half. Let's see if Burns can get something going. I'd like to see him throw a little 5-yard pass across the middle early in the series.
Well, it's Barbie, and he throws it out in the flat. It's short hop. He just didn't have much time to throw there. What happened is there was a little fake to the running back, and that little bit of delay caused the lineman from the opposite side to come up from behind and hit Barbie as he threw. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10, 8:55 to go here in the second quarter. But the second quarter is basically the fourth quarter in this Jamboree format. Complete pass out in the flat. B.J. Hopper, the coach, he was hit and hit pretty well.
Yeah, hit immediately. Did a good job of hanging on to it. It was good classic football tackle. And unfortunately for Burns, it brings up yet again a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. It has just been very difficult for Burns to have enough time to really run their offense.
Barbie back in the shotgun, and he's going to get it off quickly. Again, it's Hopper. Hopper catches it, makes a good move to the outside, back inside, and he's got first down yardage out to the 48, maybe the 49, and Burns finally with the quick pass you were looking for.
And, you get the ball out. They've got some playmakers. And, we've been impressed with Hopper, and one of the players that I've been looking for, number 22, Zach Leslie, been expecting to see him, but I don't think we've called his name out tonight.
We haven't, and Barbie gets back. This time a long time to throw, and he gets the pass off. I don't know what happened there. It floated and it went over the intended receivers.
A.J. Camp was the intended receiver, and I don't know. It could be that Barbie was just a little bit surprised because he actually had some time to throw at that time, and he had a receiver open and just overdid it.
And I wonder if somebody didn't run the right route, because he looked over the coaching staff and threw his arms up as if he was surprised at something he saw. It's Williams over to the left side on the delayed draw. He gets 6, and a nice piece of running there by Williams.
This is, I think it's a very important drive for Burns in that one of the main things about a Jamboree situation is you're going to get, all this is on film, and it's truly a game situation, and with the referees and the clock and everything, just really good for a young team to have this on film.
Barbie calls his own number over the right side, and he's got first down yardage. And what I like there is that was the first time that it was designed for Barbie to keep it. And he ran with a little more purpose that time and got the first down.
That was another good hard run, and I was impressed with the blocking by the receivers. And at this point, we've got a timeout by AC Reynolds with 7:26 left in the second quarter. No score in the game.
Yeah, let's take a little break here, and we'll be back in 30 seconds here from the Cleveland County Jamboree 2014 here on WOHS. Actually, we're today on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Tickets are now on sale for this year's American Legion Baseball World Series, August 14th through 19th at Veterans Field Keeter Stadium in Shelby. General admission tickets just $35 for the entire series. And on August 13th, it's the Celebration of Champions concerts featuring Acoustic Syndicate and Rodney Atkins.
Sitting in 6-lane backed up traffic, horns are honking, I've about had it.
Tickets now on sale for just $25. Gates open at 6 p.m. at Veterans Field Keeter Stadium. For more information, go online to AmericanLegionWorldSeries.com.
back to Gardner-Webb University as after the AC Reynolds timeout, Burns facing the 1st and 10 from the AC 36, no score. And Burns looking to get on the scoreboard and give first points of this 3rd scrimmage game, but they go offside, legal procedure, and they go back to 5 instead of forward.
Well, the problem is the last 2 series that Burns have had some good movement on offense. Then they have got down into Rocket territory, and then they shot themselves in the foot with a series of penalties. So 1st and 15, let's see what they can do after that.
Barbie with a quick pass out to the right, and he lets one of his playmakers go up, Zach Leslie.
Ah, there's the name. I've been waiting to call him out, and he really looked good on that play. The ball was just a little bit overthrown, but he sure did go up after.
He did. He didn't come down with it, unfortunately, but, you know, Barbie gave Leslie the chance to make the play. Almost did. 2nd and 15, 7:18 left in the 2nd quarter, 2nd and final quarter. And back to passes, Barbie again. He's got a guy over on the left, but the problem is, the ball ended up on the turf, but they called it a complete pass, and that the ground caused the fumble. So it's actually going to lose a couple more yards.
Yeah, that play looked like it had some promise, and but unfortunately the receiver was coming back to the line of scrimmage when he made the play, and then tripped and fell. So what looked like it might be a nice little game turns out to be about a 3-yard, 4-yard loss. So we're right back in that hole again. 3rd down and 19 for Burns at the 45-yard line. Burns takes a timeout now. 6:44 left, effectively in the game. As we said, Kings Mountain beat Pope 28-7 in the 1st half. In the 2nd half, Crest handled Northern Guilford 17-7. Thus far in our 3rd half of football, there has been no score. Both AC Reynolds and Burns have had some success moving the football, a few big plays, but other than a few plays, you have to say, again, the defenses have been pretty dominant.
Defenses have been very good. Burns forced 3 turnovers in the 1st half. Burns also had a field goal attempt earlier that they came up short. And I think they also had a drive down there deep that went backwards with some sacks by AC Reynolds. So it's been kind of one of those bend but don't breaks for AC, and Burns has come up with some turnovers. So see what Burns does here on 3rd and 19. They're actually on the AC Reynolds 45-yard line. Barbie's back, and this time he's got protection, but nobody to throw it to, and now he goes down on the sack.
Well, he had protection because what happened that time was AC decided to go to drop 8 into the coverage, and so he had probably good 4.5, 5 seconds. As an old offensive line coach, and I would say that when they only bring 3, y'all would have 4 or 5 seconds, but broke down at the very end and he took the sack. So Burns back in the punt formation. Now what Burns needs to do here is to get a good punt, try to back the Reynolds Rockets up into deep into their own side of the field. And you've got an end-over-end punt that's going to bounce and roll, and I called that one just like they need to get, Brent, down to the 10-yard line.
Very good timing on that punt, and that's actually number 80 on the punt. And I don't have that number. I thought it was 89 earlier. Now it looks like it's 80, but either way, that number's not on my Burns roster. I can't tell you who it is, but it was not Ray Guy, but it was a nice end-over-end that got down to the 10-yard line on the bounce. And now Burns defense come up with a turnover here. You might be able to turn it into some points.
We still got 5:55 left, so we're still half the quarter.
Half the back, and he got a complete on the little, what do you call that? A little screen.
It's a screen pass, and I thought it was very well executed because I thought that Burns got some quick pressure, but actually it was just a screen. And what I was really impressed with as far as the quarterback is concerned, a lot of times quarterbacks can kind of kind of freaked out on that really quick pressure, but he just backed up all the way in his end zone, let the play set up, and did a nice job. And so AC is back in business, and they're going to have about an 8-yard, maybe a 9-yard gain on the inside zone. AC has done a very good job with both the inside and outside zone play as far as their running is concerned. And the quarterback's been pretty accurate. Again, the biggest problem we've had was drop passes. But then Burns has forced turnovers.
Stafford has looked really poised. This time his receiver goes up high and makes a great catch for a first down. That's 7, we called his name a few times, C.J. Allen. Now, on that 1st and 10 play, that screen went to Logan. That was an 18-yard gain, and then Logan on the run for 7 or 8. And then now it's Allen. But Stafford, the senior, with some experience, and again makes a good play fake, and Logan's got the handoff, and he's got a first down.
That was an excellent play fake. It took me a while to find out where the ball was. And, so again, great job with the play fake, another 12-yard gain, and looks like all AC Reynolds needed was to be back up to the 10-yard line. They've got a nice little 47-yard drive here in about 2 minutes.
Logan again. No, that's not Logan. That's 22.
And he is still pulling. He is just pulling tacklers down the field, and another 11-yard gain. Good job by the interior line. They opened up a hole, and then he got about 6 yards down the field, and then he made about 5 yards on his own. So again, 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line, and the inside zone again, and he's not hit Brent until he got about 6 yards into the secondary, and so AC has really turned it on now. 2nd down and 3. Kind of wondering if we'll see a timeout here by Burns.
Well, I can tell you, Burns, all their defensive linemen are holding their hips. Some of them are down, squatting down there. They're a little tired because AC's down with no huddle.
I think we've got Kendall Scruggs, number 6, is down on the field right now. We can hope it's one of the cramps, but we'll have to come back and see.
Yeah, we'll take an injury timeout here and we'll be back. 30 seconds for 60. Back.
At B&B Buildings, you'll find just what you're looking for in carports, garages, and metal coverings. Great for outdoor picnic areas. They've got RV covers and side entry carports too, with great pricing and friendly customer service. You'll enjoy your shopping experience. B&B Buildings also carries portable patios with swing options and great play sets for the kids. B&B Buildings, 2104 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 2261 Lincoln and Highway 150 East in Cherryville, and the new Perennial Grove location, Highway 16 in Denver.
Back to Gardner-Webb University. You're watching Burns and AC Reynolds in the 3rd half of 4 at this Cleveland County Jamboree 2014. Moved over to Gardner-Webb this year because Shelby's the host team, but is hosting the American Legion World Series coach over at Veterans Field in Shelby.
That's true, and every year that event's gotten just a little bit larger. Quick play coming up here. They're 3rd and short, and AC is over the ball waiting to be allowed to snap it.
And they're going with a 1 set back, and they throw it, and it's C.J. Allen. And he's making some spin moves for first down yardage, and he's down to the 15 before he's forced out of bounds. 1st down and 10 for AC Reynolds. So now it's their turn, threatening deep in Burns territory.
It's been, again, a nice drive. They've only had the ball for about 3 minutes, maybe less than 3 minutes, and they've gone all the way from their own 10 down to the Burns 15. This is the deepest penetration by either team tonight.
Yeah, I believe it's even under 2 minutes because I think it was 5:55 when they snapped that first ball on their own 10, and Coach, that was Logan.
Another great inside zone play, and it's 1st and goal inside the 3. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the half.
And Stafford's been just great on this drive, and he throws it quickly out, and it's caught for a touchdown, and that is Allen again. So Allen in the slot has been the favorite guy, and that whole series was quick passes to Allen or Logan.
The quick
and
zone,
Hill.
and an exceptionally good drive that time. And again, need to apologize to the Burns fans that are listening in. We just don't know enough about this Burns defense. I think that they probably put some reserves in during that drive.
Well, I'm sure they did. No doubt about it. The only guy that I know I saw in there was Tate, number 1, and he about gets the block on the extra point, but it's up and good, and AC Reynolds takes a 7-0 lead on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard, but there's still 3:42 left in this third scrimmage, and Burns is going to get the ball back, and let's see if they can put one of those drives together and get the Bulldogs on the scoreboard.
Well, again, the last 2 times that Burns has had the ball, they've had a nice little drive. They've had a few big plays, and then they've gotten down into AC Reynolds territory and had just a series of penalties and sacks, and just some unlucky plays in some ways and some mistakes. But that's what happens early in the year. And gosh, Brent, I remember back in the 80s when we didn't get to have jamborees. We could have one controlled scrimmage, and I go back and think that and we'd go play a game after having 1 2-hour scrimmage, and it's a wonder to me that we were able to get a playoff. But you didn't know any differently because that's just the way it was back then. It's so much nicer from a coaching perspective to have these jamborees and game situations, and especially the kicking game. You get to do some live kicking, and that's something that you never know what's going to happen until you actually do it live.
Well, it's 36, and I don't have his name on the roster for AC Reynolds. Gets his foot into it, and returned by Burns up to the 25, maybe the 26. And that's where Barbie and company will take over. And, another thing is, a new coaching staff at Burns. You got a sophomore quarterback taking over for a senior that's, on to the next level of playing college football. So it's tough to replace a kid like Montgomery. But I'm interested to see how Barbie grows. Shelby won't play Burns until very late in the season. So it'll be interesting to see what he looks like at that point in the season versus before week 1 of the season.
That's true. And, youth is it's a wonderful thing as long as there's growth is taking place. And I'm sure that Coach Cincinnati and the Burns staff is going to have this Bulldog team in good shape by the time they come up against the Golden Lions.
Jody Williams, 2 yards on first down, brings up 2nd and 8, and Barbie gets rid of it probably a little more quickly than he'd like to. And just behind Zach Leslie, who the pass was intended for, incomplete. And now Burns, just like that, is facing a 3rd and 8 from their own 28-yard line.
Big play for Burns now, 3rd and 8. They surely don't want to turn it back over this quickly.
And again, AC brings the blitz, and the quick pass out just a little bit behind KJ Hopper. And Barbie had to get rid of that one before he wanted to, and here comes the Burns punting unit onto the field with a 4th and 8 situation with 3:07 left here in the second period.
With a young quarterback and a relatively inexperienced offensive line, I got to say that AC has brought a number of stunts. They brought a lot of guys off the outside, and it's been a really big time learning experience for Burns. But again, from a coaching perspective, you get this on film, you get this on tape, you get to show the young men what they're seeing, and you can just take your time and say, okay, if you had taken a step outside instead of a step inside, and it could be a great experience as far as making improvement before the actual game start next week.
Definitely. That time, Garrick Bradley on the punt, and he got off a nice one. Good hang time that ended up in a fair catch at the AC 44. And on first down, AC puts the ball on the ground again. They may have recovered their own fumble this time.
Yeah, that was one of those almost Keystone Cops plays. I mean, that ball, I don't know how they were able to get that back. That was just doomed from the get-go. 2nd down and 10. We're at 2:40, and clock is rolling.
Well, it was that play again where he was going to do
bad snap. Burns has a chance to go get this one.
And I think AC, the quarterback runs back for it, and Tate did what you're supposed to do. He kind of pushed the quarterback away from the ball and hoped his teammates were behind him, but it was the AC. One of their linemen got back there and on it.
Well, I tell you what, you talk about trying to corral a bouncing football and then throw in new turf on top of that. That thing could go everywhere. It looks like we've got a timeout by Burns, and so there are 2:09 remaining. And, Burns has done a nice job in that now AC is facing third and a pretty expensive taxi cab ride to get a first down here. And so you make this stop and get the ball back, and you have a chance to come down and tie this game.
Yeah, and you think back just a minute ago when Burns had the 4th and 8 with a couple of minutes left. You go for it, and they wisely punted and said, hey, our defense has played pretty well tonight. And now the defense has come up, now albeit with a couple of miscues by AC Reynolds in the snap and the bad handoff. But nonetheless, now they've got AC Reynolds pinned back in a 3rd and 36.
3rd and 36. You got to love that play call.
From their own 18, and now Burns can maybe send a little bit of heat. And this plays another screen pass completed, and running room across the 30 is this time it's Allen, who had the touchdown catch earlier, and he's out across the 30, well shy of a first down, but gives them some breathing room.
And Burns takes, I believe, their final, maybe not, and I thought it was Burns' final timeout, but according to the scoreboard, both sides have one. So irregardless, it's going to be 4th down and still about 21, and Burns can look to get the ball back in what should be fairly decent field position, just inside of 2 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, and the AC kicking game has not been that great, so you would think, like you said, probably decent field position, and I'm talking maybe 35-yard line or better, unless it's one of those bouncing balls.
Yes.
That we've seen a couple of tonight. So big play here, 4th and 21 from their own 33. Punting unit is out, and that's Logan back to punt, the running back. So watch out here. But he's going to punt it. And not a good one off the side of his foot, but it does just what they needed.
It is still rolling.
It does not go out of bounds, and it rolls all the way down to the 22. So another 13 yards after the first bounce. And now Burns has to go 77 yards.
77 yards. They have 144 left to do it. And if the scoreboard is correct, one timeout. So it's definitely something that can be done. Again, I'll be interested to see if they try to do the quick passes, because every time you get a first down in high school, the clock does stop.
And Barbie back, and he's got heavy pressure up the middle. He evades it for a moment, but then he can't evade the second guy as the defensive end comes up, or maybe that's the linebacker, 40, Joey Gonzalez. And he gets Barbie for a big loss of about 8, and that's going to make things a little tougher on Burns.
2nd down and 18. Clock is still ticking down to inside 120 left in the second quarter.
And Barbie gets it off quickly, complete, and making some guys miss is Scooter Colburn, and he's out to about the 24.
Again, that's a nice 10-yard play that time, and Burns quickly on the football. We're inside a minute now, 55 seconds, and clock is still ticking.
Another one of those plays, and they'll have a first down.
Burns a little bit confused about their formation.
Leslie and Colburn switch sides of the fields, and it's going over to Colburn's side, but it's jumped. The route's jumped by 24, and he's going to walk it into the end zone. Touchdown, AC Reynolds. That was Andreas Hill. And it's almost like he knew that one was coming. I think maybe the only problem Barbie had there is he looked left the whole way.
He did. He looked left, and there was never any question where he was going to throw it. And a nice play then by number 24, and nice run. Barbie did everything he could to try to stop him, but Hill had the angle, and so that will do it as far as the chance for Burns to come back and tie this game. But 13-0, 32.9 seconds remaining. Extra point upcoming.
And like you said, Burns has not played badly in this scrimmage. They're just breaking in a sophomore quarterback. They're trying to find a replacement for Tylen Ruff at the running back spot, and the offensive line, just young and needs a little bit more playing time together. Plus, they're playing a pretty good 4A team in AC Reynolds.
No doubt about that, and that's a team that the Golden Lions will be seeing in the second week. We'll get to take a long trip up the mountain that day, Brent, to a field with another artificial surface. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens there with the Golden Lions.
Funny you mentioned that. That may also give a little bit of an advantage to AC in this scrimmage. They play on a turf field. Burns doesn't, and, who knows? Maybe it gives
one of the things about this new generation turf, though, it is much closer to a grass field than the old-fashioned turf where you just about had to wear your basketball shoes and things like that. And when we played back in 2006, we played at Wake Forest, and we didn't have to do anything differently. We had our regular turf shoes, just like we'd been using all year on the grass. And there's a major difference in the turf now than in the old days.
So maybe not the advantage as it may have been one day at one time.
That's true. Again, I'd say one of the big advantages is there's always a nice surface to kick off of, and the footing is a little bit different, but not like it used to be.
Kickoff back to the 13-yard line, fielded by Hopper. And he takes it up to about the 23. He slips down.
And after I brag about the footing, we get a slip down on the kickoff return. So 26.1 seconds remaining in this half game, whatever you want to call it. And Burns is going to have time for another one or two plays. Be interesting to see what they do here.
Yes, another good experience for Barbie, though. You come out here running the 2-minute drill. Get a little practice in on that. Trailing 14-0. Burns is really just looking for something positive here in these couple of plays. They've got one timeout, and as you stated, the first down stops the clock as well. 3-man rush, and Barbie's got time over the middle. Great play by 24. The guy with interception return.
He's done a nice job. Again, that is Andreas Hill, and that was a very well thrown pass. That was a good play. Good play by the corner, getting up and getting his hands on that, because Burns did have a receiver in that seam. So going to have some time to throw. They only bring 4 this time. Good throw across the middle. It's going to be a 7-yard gain, 6-yard gain, and the clock is running down. We're inside of 10 seconds, and I keep waiting for Burns to call timeout to run the last play. Could be that Burns is actually out of timeout, so Brent.
And that was Colburn on the catch, so he's had several receptions here in this second quarter.
And the last play.
And that goes to Hopper, and he's hit
immediately,
maybe even loses a yard. And that's going to do it for this segment of the Cleveland County Jamboree. AC Reynolds over Burns 14-0, but Cleveland County still leads 2-1 in games played so far. Coming up after this break is Shelby Golden Lions versus Forest View, Gaston County versus Cleveland County. And we'll have that action for you right after this break.
They've got it all at the Bargain Station Outlet in Shelby. Planning to travel this year? Then come see the big line of luggage. Need small appliances for the kitchen? They've got that too. How about toys for the kids? They've got a big stock of toys, plus jewelry and watches too. Like we said, they've got it all at